We have been talking a lot about clarity this month. It's one of the main foundational high performance habits. And so it's something we're always thinking about, but especially this time of year, we're really focused on getting a lot of clarity around our vision, around people's roles, what the expectations are, goals, drilling down to help them understand how they're going to how they're going to achieve those goals, reverse engineering them. So in our organizations, we spend a lot of time doing this in December and in January. And a couple of things have come up recently. So I thought I would just pop in and relate this to the whole process of recruiting, hiring, and retaining talent. So I was recently sitting down with a client and we were visiting about a role that they were hiring for that they'd had a challenge. So it had turned over a couple of times, both through voluntary and then, of course, with attrition involuntary. So the person just not being right for the role. And they've had a great job description. They were really clear about what this particular job did, but they needed additional clarity around the type of person who was going to be successful in this role. They needed to be really clear about what the desired corporate outcome is, or the desired outcome that you're looking for this particular hire. So what is the ultimate objective that this hire will accomplish? That's a key question that you want to answer to get clarity around, specifically, what is it that, again, you want to accomplish by hiring this individual? The next is what problem or issue needs to be fixed or satisfied by this hire. So again, clarity around exactly what it is that this hire is going to accomplish within your organization and what problem or issue they're trying to fix. And then the next is, what results will be seen. So what results are you going to need to see to justify the hire? And these are deeper questions. They're not, kind of the some of the standard and general questions that we often ask ourselves as we identify, um, you know, the role and the job description and all of those things. This goes much deeper. And why this is important is it really helps you drill in. So in the hiring process, you can bake some questions in to help draw out some of, what you're looking for in this candidate based on what you want the outcomes to be. How it is also really important, and this helps tremendously with retention, is people want to know what a good job looks like. They want to know what the expectations are and clearly have those expectations defined. And they need a clear path for how to achieve and how to accomplish and meet those expectations and exceed them. They also, another really key important piece to consider here is the clarity around how they fit into the organization. So I don't care what level of the organization you're hiring in at, whether it's entry level or whether it's at the top or somewhere in between, you need to know how you fit into the equation and how the work that you do impacts everything else down the line within the company, how it connects to the larger vision of the company, because people are much more engaged when they feel part of something. And that's one of the main things that I see companies really struggling with is that piece, communicating that and helping their employees, their team members, really understand how they fit into the equation. Now, all of this takes time, right? We're going a million miles an hour. You're in that reactive mode all of the time, oftentimes as leaders. And this takes time up front, but this is one of those things that will save you a tremendous amount of time on the other side. Not only time, energy, and your sanity, money, big time, because you'll be hiring right the first time, and then you'll be setting that person up for success. So I just, again, wanted to jump in and share a few tips and kind of get your wheels in motion and thinking about how can you get more clarity, and as a leader, and how can you translate to more clarity for your team. And then again, even more micro through the hiring, like how can you get more and more clarity around who you need to hire, why, what the desired outcome is for the hire that you're making, and then being able to translate that to them once they are hired, and then continually being able to reinforce that. So I hope this is helpful. We're going to be sharing some different tips in here and providing some different just assets isn't the right word, but information that just again to bring value to help you gain more clarity. And we'll kind of jump around and touch on different topics. But it really is going to be focused on leadership and specifically those high performance habits and how to build high performing teams. So have an awesome week.